When?
Hey Endorphin crew, it's Coach Ian here. I'm going to go through this week's warm-up with you. You're going to see some things that we've done in the past, and then you're going to see some new things here. I'm going to go over all the good things that we talk about before we actually get in position here. But two things that we're going to need are PVC and mini band, or monster bands, for our monster walks that we're going to have later. We're going to start off, we're going to be in down dog, so let's talk about it before we get in position. We want our fingers splayed as much as possible, thumbs pointing towards one another, not in like this, not out with pinkies out and thumbs out, just towards one another. And then we're going to corkscrew our elbow. We're going to create this motion isometrically on the mat, which is then tuck the elbows in. We're going to push back really hard so that we're pushing our head through towards our feet, and then we're going to sit our hips back. From here, we're going to do a bear squat. So it's down dog to bear squat, which looks like this. I get up into down dog, all those good things I just talked about, and then we're going to do 10 bear squats. They look like this. I'm going to come here, bend my knees, press up. Bend my knees, press up. We're going to do 10 of those. You may feel that if you're in a long down dog like I just was, that it doesn't work so well, so we could just move in closer if you're capable and go here. The next one is going to be that same down dog position, but you're going to pedal the feet out. So we're going to do 10 each foot that I just bend one leg and then pedal. From there, we're going on the mat. We're going to do another one that we've seen before. They're kind of like open books. We'll call it fetal position with floor sweep. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to have my legs together. I'm going to take my hand like I'm drawing in the sand. And I want to keep contact with the mat at all times here. I'm going to sweep. And right here's where it gets difficult. I'm going to push my hand into the mat all the way down. And then pull all the way back up. Nice, slow, and controlled. 3 on each side. From there, we're going to a low lunge with a hip floss. All that means here is you're basically be in that Spider-Man lunge position sort of deal here without my chest down. And all I'm going to do is either move my knee, so I'll floss it back and forth. I'll hold it in the stretch for 10 seconds, then I'm going to floss for 10 seconds. And the other thing that I could do here is I could play where I am in the lunge, and I can move my hips and floss left and right here. Again, we're going to hold for 10 seconds and then floss for 10 seconds. We'll do 2 rounds of that on each leg. From there, we're going to one of our classics now at this point, a squatted hip opener. So I'm going to go into my squat, nice bracing sequence. I'm going to push my hips back, stay tight here, all the way down. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to push my knee out. I'm going to drive it in, and I'm going to rotate up. I'm going to do 3 on each leg, really forcing that leg out actively. So when I push it out, I'm still kind of fighting against my hand, and then I'm going to fight against my hand on the way back in. After that, we're going to do 2 rounds, 30 seconds. It's going to be an overhead squat, hold for SWAT therapy. So you're going to come to the wall, you're going to keep your chest up. Again, bracing sequence, we're going to push our hips back, sit down into the squat, chest up, and you're in fight to push your butt forward and drive your knees out. We're going to hold it down there for 30 seconds. We're going to move to a modified hollow rock. So like Coach Kate and Pat went through, either here or here. And we want to try to be in as good as position as possible with no break through the center. So I don't do a great job of it, but we're all going to work on it and we're going to get better at it. So we want to be able to do static, but we're going to start throwing stuff dynamic at you so you guys can practice and get better. From there, the final piece is then be the monster walks. You could either use the monster band that comes around here and you just pull it up and step through with it. But you're going to be in the athletic position either way. We didn't forget about that athletic position. You haven't seen it for a couple weeks, or we haven't talked about it, rather, you've seen it all the time. You're going to push your hips back. Again, nice and braced here. So my hips are back, my glutes and hamstrings are engaged here. First move is not this. Everybody always goes butt forward, knees forward. We're sitting back into our hips so we can engage all the musculature of the posterior chain. I'm gonna take tiny, small steps here. For my people that have bad thoracic mobility, they could even put their arms up and work on some overhead here. We're gonna go for 30 seconds. After that, athlete's choice this week. Either 75 double unders or attempt 400-meter run or row, or 2 minutes on the bike for max calories. See you out there.